The grip is really the first place to start with any kind of technical development. And the main reason for that is that really how we position the racket in our hands, first of all, will already unlock all the potential of the other technical pieces as we put them in. So the grip is something which is just a foundational element, and with squash, it's something, as I said, which can kind of almost make or break certain areas of our game. I would also go as far as to say, apart from just having these basics in place, how we hold the racket and our understanding of where we put it in relation to our fingers and how much tension we use will also increase and decrease our feeling of the racket. So once we're starting to move past just the basic foundations of opening the racket face and being able to play the ball into certain targets, the way the grip sits and how we are connected to it will really then decide whether we can move into more advanced and more subtle areas of feel and racket face angle and skill development in these areas. So it's a lot more than just a position. It's a position which gives us the potential to develop more of a connection and allow the racket head to do different things, which is just a necessary part of squash. If we have a grip where the racket is stuck into the hand, we are already limited so much of what we can do with it. So really a great grip starts with where we position the racket. Okay, and that positioning is really all about putting the racket between the bottom part of the knuckle kind of area on this little finger and then the fold here on the index finger. If we lay the racket through that line and through that plane and then gently close the fingers over, we're going to end up with a really successful grip position. And in addition to that, we see this nice V shape on the top of the racket whereby the index finger and the thumb are kind of lightly gripping the racket, but they're really guiding things. They're not gripping too hard, they're not doing too much, but they're like a bit like holding a pen, the two pieces which will really give you the details and give you the skill. Okay, the bottom parts of the fingers here, with a little bit more grip involved down there, and sometimes squeezes a bit harder. But this positioning will allow you to then basically leverage how all the different fingers and positions on the fingers can give you that skill and that feedback that we need. But one of the most important points really is that just having the grip position further up towards the middle to end of the fingers puts it in the areas where there are more nerve endings. We're going to get more sensory feedback there. If we have the grip further back in the hand, we have less sensory feedback. So therefore, it's harder to feel what we're doing. It's harder to feel the ball on the string, to know how much power we're putting in, and so on and so on. So it's about position, but it's also crucially very much about feel and about feedback and about the ability to be flexible and adaptable with the racket head. Okay, so it's a very important place to start, no matter what stage of your squash career you're at, but particularly if you're at the beginning and you're a young player, get this down straight away. If you've been playing for years, but your grip is maybe always been the same way, perhaps not quite correct, or it's into the back of the hand, I would still say it's worth just tweaking that slightly into a better position, because that will still give you the potential to improve to another level. Okay, so it's a great place to start with the game. Might take time to get used to and to develop, but definitely worth the time and effort.